Hey, get up on the roof here at Ben and Cindy Holtzclaw's house at 475 East Amherst in Satellite Beach. I made a lot of notes up on the roof. I want to start talking about that now, but before I get off the ladder, there's just a quick reminder I wanted to talk about first. With your new roof, we're going to replace the drip edge. Currently you have white. I suggest you definitely keep the white. It's going to look great with the white fascia and the white doors, but that's part of your roof. Basically everything from the drip edge up. So let's get up here. First of all, I'd like to say that I would give the roof pretty high marks. I think it's in pretty decent shape. It's starting to get a lot of granule loss, a little wear and tear. But other than that, it's in pretty good shape. Speaking of granule loss, you can see all the pitting in the shingles right here, okay? And then the other part would be just the fact that we're starting to get down to the actual asphalt itself. The problem with this is that the granules, in every sense, are the sunblock for your house. So when you lose the granules, all the protective chemicals in the asphalt shingles start to leach out, and the shingles become extraordinarily brittle, almost like saltine crackers. So that's why it's so important to replace the roof, because once they get brittle like this, forget about maybe next hurricane season, anything around a tropical storm, they're gonna start breaking and flying off. So we're gonna talk about the flat roof. We're gonna replace all the gooseneck style vents. We're gonna reboot all the bathroom vents. Let's talk about the flat roof. So you have what's called a TPO, or a rubberized flat roof. I'm willing to bet any amount of money that the reason why there's rubber over top of this traditional flat roof is because it was kind of maybe a last ditch effort to get a few more years out of the flat roof that's underneath of it, just by putting the membrane over top of it. This membrane does an excellent job of keeping the water out, but it also does equally an excellent job of keeping all the moisture that's trapped underneath. So obviously there was a problem before, and so especially over here, what's happened is all that moisture has built up and has actually even accelerated the rotting process underneath. So I would highly recommend, especially, I think you said, Ben, that you're going to put the house up for sale, and we'll talk about that more in a second. You know, you don't want even the first couple, super enthusiastic couple, beautiful neighborhood, beautiful house, and then for the roof to flunk out. So for that reason, I highly suggest we just bite the bullet, get this flat roof replaced with the shingle roof. To that point, I measured 17 feet that way, 22 feet that way. When you add those two numbers up, you get 374. Another way of saying 374 in old-timey roofing terms is 3.7 squares. Every 10 by 10 that you can fit into your roof is called a square. So when we add the 10% waste, because this line represents, that's actually how far the flat roof goes. So we add that 10% and you get magic number of 4. Actually it's 411 square feet, but we can get by with 4 as far as charging you. Can't tell you how important it is that the flashing underneath of here to do this correctly. This guy, he's in pretty good shape. I mean, he's got some rust on this side, but it's down here rather than up on top. So I think that would pass. I'd have to check on a price for this 4x4. I took pictures of it, but we'll leave that as an option for you, okay? And then real quick, let's talk about how we're gonna do your roof for you. I jokingly tell our customers, but it's actually dead serious, that you can pick whatever color you want for your roof, and I can help you with that too. Dark colors are way more popular now than the light colors that you see across the street. You can pick whatever color, but you have literally no choice in the manufacturer's shingle. We only use Certainty Landmark Series shingles. It's the best, heaviest shingle out there for the money. It's the only company that still puts the weight on the package. Everybody else, they don't want you to know how light and thin the shingles are, so they don't put it on the package anymore. But so that's why we're so proud to use these guys. Forgive my metal example here, but really it's not the top layer that's so important, it's all the layers underneath. So if you would imagine this with me, we're going to remove all the shingles, get down to the bare plywood. Anything remotely bad with the plywood, we're going to replace. With your new roof contract, you get approximately 100 square feet of plywood. That's 99% of the time more than enough to cover anything that we find underneath. But anything that we do find, we're going to replace. Actually, I see right now, Oh yeah, look at that. I couldn't even see it until I was over there. So we're gonna section this area out. We're gonna replace that plywood, but we're gonna do that with the entire roof as needed. The building codes. Every couple years, the municipalities update the building codes. The last one says, place a new nail in your plywood roof every 6 inches holding your plywood to your roof trusses. We go every 4 to 5 inches, so we're gonna double, triple the number of nails holding your plywood to your house. And then really important, we're gonna install what's called waterproof barrier. Every inch of this bare plywood roof is gonna be covered in waterproof barrier. Once this stuff touches wood, you cannot get it off. Okay, so in the event that the neighbor's screen porch ends up on your brand new roof or your new homeowners, at least it's not gonna allow water to inside the house. And then we're gonna put your 30-year CertainTeak shingles on top of that. So that's kind of a brief, quick overview of everything, and I look forward to catching up with Ben and Cindy. Thanks.